And welcome back. We made it through a regular week, and here comes another one. I should not make statements like that because luck will smack me in the face if I give it too much trouble. But really, it was 2 week trips, two times week long trips plus a weird week in between. So um, yeah, I'm still feeling the effects, but for now, things are normal. So it's new comic book day, and there's a lot of stuff here, a lot of second printings, second and later printings of several things. But there are some fun things, and there are also a couple of things that will appear on the shelf that I wouldn't normally have on the shelf, as I've transitioned to ordering product through my POS system, through my quote unquote new POS system, which is not new anymore. Um, I was bound to flub it up a couple times. So there will probably be a couple of weeks of DC and or Image. Probably that's it. Where I'll have a couple of extra copies of things that will be on the shelf available once the subscriptions are pulled. But that's fine. It's not that big a thing for me, but it might be a fun test. And this week it sort of works out because it's a couple of number ones that might give a few more people an opportunity to try. So let's see what we got. Oops. Adventure time. Apothecary Diaries, that's volume 15. We've been talking about manga making a return in some big ways, and there was a post a couple of days ago. So look for it. If you've got any special requests, let me know. I'm going to do my best, but we'll see. Absolute Batman Arc M, that's a second printing, yeah. And then Absolute Batman 16, which is also a second printing. Detective Comics 576 Facsimile Edition, that's year 2, part 2, of course. And this is very early Todd McFarlane art. There's a shiny Batman, Superman World's Finest. Batwoman gets a new series, new number 1 as part of DC's Next Level. There's a handful of covers. And then a shiny Battle Beast reprints. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and issue 7, which is brand spanking new, and people are excited about. Ben 10, Ashcan, Dynamite's doing a Ben 10 series coming soon. That'll be on the shelf, marked up for a couple of bucks probably. Captain America, Catwoman, and 2 different covers, a little extra, because when I do make mistakes, it's solid mistakes. Super Creep Show. That's Creep Show on Super. I don't know. Fun stuff. Critical Role, Legend of Vox Machina, and Amazon Prime. I believe these were. I'm not sure if these are digital first, but there's some sort of connection to the animated series on Amazon Prime, and this is the Whitestone Chronicles Cassandra. Cyclops. That series continues. Wade Wilson, Deadpool. No more clowning around. That seems unlikely. Deathstroke. And a lot of glare. Deathstroke gets a new series. Of course, Deadpool was sort of designed as an homage to Deathstroke, for those of us that have been in the biz long enough to know. And a bunch of covers for Deathstroke. And a shiny. Dork number 1, that's a third printing, because I didn't even think I was going to need a first printing for the shelf. And then Dork number 2, and there will be a copy of that on the shelf, but it's you got to let me know fast, I'm guessing. End of Life, DC's new Vertigo stuff, and Jeff Spokes cover. Exquisite Corpses, there'll be an extra Exquisite Corpse on the shelf. Flash Rebirth gets the DC Compact Comics treatment. Absolute Flash number 3. That's a third printing, I believe. And then Absolute Flash. Absolute Flash. I don't know what's going on. Absolute Flash number 13. That's new. And 2 covers there. Baby Garfield. Boom's doing a 4-issue miniseries for the little man. Geiger. There'll be extra Geigers available. Ghost in the Shell, The Human Algorithm. That's volume 8, but of course the first 7 are out there, so let me know. Ghost Pepper. G.I. Joe. There will be G.I. Joe on the shelf. I'm not laughing at G.I. Joe. I'm laughing that I will have several G.I. Joes on the shelf. Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe. That collects that 5-issue miniseries. Starship Godzilla continues. Absolute Green Lantern number 3. That's a third printing. Infernal Hulk. Lobo. The main man gets a new series as well. 2 covers. 3 covers. 4 covers. 5 covers. Now that we've seen the DC Next Level titles, Batwoman, Deathstroke, and Lobo, I've read all 3. Batwoman, unfortunately, I had no idea where the character was from previous storylines. So I'm feeling a little displaced, but I feel like Greg Rucka is a good enough writer to drop in the things that I need to know what's going on. So I'm getting there, but I still feel like I have huge gaps, even with his help. Deathstroke is almost an absolute title. Basically, the idea is sort of Deathstroke without his resources. So we'll see how that goes. Lobo, with apologies to Lobo fans, Lobo is still not for me. And I hope you all love that series, whatever you decide. Lucky Devils, there'll be Lucky Devils available. Absolute Martian Manhunter number 1, that's a 4th printing. Number 4, that's a 3rd printing. And number 5, that's a 3rd printing. Mega Man X, Mickey Mouse, Monster High Bermuda Triangle. I feel like there was a gap there, so I'm glad that's continuing. Moon Knight, Mark Spector, Nightwing. There'll be a Nightwing on the shelf. Phoenix, the Untold Story. A billion years ago, Uncanny X-Men, the story was written this way, and then it was changed at the behest of the editor-in-chief, I believe, at the time. I can't remember when Shooter became EIC, but the story that was published was not the original story, and this is the original story as it was intended by Claremont and Byrne. Plants vs. Zombies Omnibus, or Zomnibus Volume 4. Sentry gets a new series written by one of his creators, Paul Jenkins, who at the time was absolutely one of my favorite writers. I followed him before social media made it easy to follow him. I find his brain to be interesting. I look forward to this series being good. Amazing Spider-Man, still part of Death Spiral. Star Trek Discovery Omnibus, that's all of IDW's Discovery stuff stuck together. Star Wars Hyperspace Stories Grievous, that's a bunch of Grievous story. Absolute Superman 11, that's a 2nd printing. 12, that's a 2nd printing. 13, that's a 2nd printing. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures on the go. There's smaller collections to make them easier to carry. And then Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles continues. That's for like a different show of the Turtles. Mighty Thor Epic Collection. This came out a previous week, but was damaged twice, I think. This is a lot of long-term readers, some of their favorite stories. It's titled The Searcher War, but it could be the Simonson, the Walt Simonson era. This is the beginning, and just so much good stuff in there. But yes, also The Searcher War, which was astoundingly good. And then a new issue of The Mortal Thor. Thundercats Silverhawks Road to War. That's sort of the lead in to the new crossover. New Titans. This replaces Titans on the shelf, and there is a new team of Titans. So we'll see how that works out. Transformers 7, that's a second printing. Transformers 19, that's a third printing. Transformers 23, that's a second printing. Transformers 23, that's another second printing, just a different cover. Ultimates. Ultimate Wolverine. Of course, we're winding down the Ultimate Universe, but there's already plans for what's next. Walking Dead Deluxe. There will be Walking Dead Deluxe on the shelf. White Sky. This is a second print of number 1. With apologies, this one wasn't for me either, so we'll see if it holds any interest past number 1. Witch Hat Atelier. Volume 14, trying to get things moving on the manga front. Wonder Woman. Second print of Wonder Woman 12 and 15. And Trinity, Wonder Woman's Daughters miniseries wrapped up together in a book. X-Men. X-Men of Apocalypse. And Exo Manowar from Valiant Beyond. And that is everything this week. And my popping knees, if you heard that. Again, if you see something you like, let me know. I'll do my best. And of course, there will be a few more things available on the shelf this week than originally planned. So I will have some stuff for you to try. If you have any questions, let me know. Subscribers, pick up your books. And thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon.